So guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you stopping by. Today's video, I'm going to be going over what I do in the weekends to prepare for the week, all the positive habits, everything that I do which can get me into peak performance so that I can have the best chance of performing well with the strategy when it comes to the week. So today's Saturday. I'm going to be taking you through, like I said, my whole weekend. And yeah, it should be fun, should be interesting. I will let you guys know what I get up to. So the first thing I do is I look and do this thing called ASR, called Advanced Self-Review, where you go over your week. So obviously today's Saturday, as I mentioned, and you go over all the trades you took and you identify were they part of your plan, and you identify whether they're a good trade or a bad trade. But a good trade and a bad trade isn't necessarily whether it won or lost. A good trade is a trade, despite the outcome, that was part of your strategy. So I'll go through all the trades. Obviously this week, as you would have known from the previous video, I haven't took any trades this week, so I won't be going over my trades that I executed, but I'll be going over any missed positions. So were there any positions that played out that I didn't execute? And then I identify why I didn't take them. Was I not at the charts? Did I have some psychological issue where I was fear of losing because obviously I'm in 8% drawdown, or whatever that may be? So I'll go over all the currency pairs, scan through and look at all the opportunities that I might have missed, and then identify why did I miss them. As you can see, Euro AUD and Pound AUD were the first trades analysed. Also, quick one guys, I'd appreciate this a lot. If you guys could like, comment and subscribe. We're trying to hit 4,000 subscribers. I'm trying to document a real open, honest journey on my YouTube channel. A lot of people have been appreciating the content, the rawness, the openness, transparency. And I want to get this out to more people to show what the real side of trading is like. There's a lot of fake people on social media, not showing losses, not being transparent. And I want to be real, open and honest. And the more you can help, the more I'd appreciate it. So yeah, let's get back to the video guys. I appreciate you. If a lot of you guys saw the last video, you would have seen me execute on Pound AUD. Perfect setup, and I said the setup I initially entered was a good setup from the higher time frames to the lower time frames. But the reason why I closed early and the reason why I didn't hold this trade was because with prop firms, I'm trading with FTMO. I can't hold over the weekend. I was risking unnecessary money, and I knew we wouldn't hit the reward, the profit target in time. So effectively, I'm risking 1% or 0.5% for nothing because I'm not going to be able to get even 1% in the time that the market was shut. So again, I like those trades technically. I wouldn't class them as missed positions. You could have seen in the last video, if you haven't already, that this trade on Pound Australian dollar, I actually executed initially. You can see the daily time frame isn't amazing, but you can see a run to the downside, lower low. And now we're looking at the quick trend continuation, but the 1 hour looked beautiful. As you can see, we triple topped or double topped, lower low, lower high, lower low, clean breakdown, and we're pulling back to this area. This is where I executed, but the reason why I ended up closing this down early was because I didn't realize with FTMO you can't hold trades over the weekend. So I didn't want to breach my account, and it was about, what time was it? Around 1, 2 o'clock. So this was never gonna drop to my full target in time. So my logic was, if it's not gonna even hit my target where I want it to go, but I'm still open to this risk, I'm going to have to close it down anyway. So I just closed around break even, slight loss, but nothing drastic, very small. So I wouldn't class this as a missed trade. I just couldn't hold it over the weekend, which was the problem. But yeah, it was a nice setup. Again, pull back to my area of value, the pivot, break down below the pivot, daily looked nice. Just one of those things because I can't hold trades over the weekend. But that was another trade this week that we did execute initially, and it was a nice setup. So once that's done now, guys, I'm going to go back onto the community that I've just joined and go over some of the content. Just sit there, study some more of the content. I know a lot of the strategy theoretically, but there's some missing pieces that I might not know. So by going over the content, they've got some trade recap videos from wins to losses, from mistakes to positive things that they're doing. Also live webinars that I've missed. Because I've recently just joined, I've got months of live webinars to go over. So I'm going to sit and listen to some of them. Again, help me improve, help me get better, and yeah, prepare for the week ahead. So I'm going to dive into that, and I'll talk to you guys after I've watched some of them. I'm going to dive into some of them because, like I said, technically, I think my technicals are quite strong. I know how to read the markets. The biggest problem sometimes is psychology, is letting me down sometimes. You know, everyone has their own struggles. Sometimes you might be more risky. I tend to be more risk adverse. I tend to talk myself out of positions and not execute trades because of fear of losing, fear of being wrong. I'm quite competitive. I don't like to lose. But someone else, I know a friend who doesn't trade Forex, but he trades a completely different market. And he has a completely different psychological mindset to me. He's a lot more risky And that just shows, because you can have the same knowledge in a particular field, but if you are a particularly more risky person, you have to identify that. For me, like I said before, I'm more risk adverse. Sometimes I talk myself out of good, clean, quality positions. So by going through this series, hopefully that'll help improve my psychology.
Hey traders, what's going on? Welcome back to another lesson. So in this lesson here today, we are without a doubt covering the most important topic when it comes to trading. A lot of different students, I've also overcome a lot of different challenges. So I am going to be building out a very
main takeaways I've got from this, guys, is the mindset is ever evolving. So it's not really something that you just learn and have. Most things in life, you learn the theory behind how to do it and you learn the skill and then you've got it. But with mindset, you have to constantly keep yourself in check and make sure that you're being disciplined, getting up at a certain time and sticking to your routines. And that's the thing that I've learned, because I thought when I first got into trading, give me a strategy, I'll learn the theory of theory of mindset. But the problem is it's ever evolving. Most of the time, if you're disciplined outside of trading, those habits can form in trading. So for example, if you're not lying to yourself, you say you're going to get up at a certain time and you do. You say you're going to go to the gym and you do. You say you're going to eat that type of healthy food and you do. It might sound stupid. It might sound like it's not going to make a difference. And for some people, it might not. But for a lot of people, if you say what you're going to do and you do it, then it gives you confidence in yourself. So that means when you see your trading plan and it hasn't formed a correct setup, you're not going to be undisciplined and not going to take that trade. You're going to wait patiently and allow your setups to play out. Discipline is rarely spoken about in the trading space, as I mentioned before, because most people are just wanting a strategy or they're wanting the technicals and how to read the charts. And as important as technicals are, I've always preached, you have to understand why and what's happening. You'll soon realize after 3, 4, 5 months of learning trading and learning the technicals, it's your self-discipline. It's knowing yourself and understanding your flaws, understanding your strengths and weaknesses. And everyone's going to be different. And that's what I got main takeaways again from that mindset thing. It's something you constantly have to work with, constantly have to improve. And it's sort of like self-development, self-improvement inside trading. The better person you are, the more disciplined you are outside of trading. A lot of those habits are going to form inside of trading and it's going to help. Okay, guys, just going to go hit the gym. Always like to hit the gym, keep the discipline up. Something that most of the time you don't want to do, but you know is good for you and has long-term gratification. So yeah, I'm going to hit the gym and then I'll prepare for the week. So just got back from the gym, guys. Good session, good back and buy session. Again, like I mentioned before, most of the time, I'd say 30-40% of the time you don't want to get in there. But as soon as you get in there, what I tend to do is I lie to myself. I'll say, I'm just going to do one exercise. I'm just going to do 10-15 minutes. This is only on the days that I don't want to work out. And then when I'm in there, you might see someone you know, you get a bit of a pump on, you start going, you're lifting as heavy as you've ever lifted, and you get more motivated when you're in there. But half the battle is getting in there. So that's my little bit of advice on how I get in there sometimes, because most of the time it's difficult to, I'm tired, or I don't want to go to the gym. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to be it for the video. That's typical routine, do my ASR, look over the trades that I missed and the trades that went well last week. Always try to hit the gym. A lot of time I meet up with friends, see how their weeks have gone. And yeah, then I just prepare for the week ahead. Looking like there could be some opportunities, so stay tuned. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching and I'll see you in the next one.